Claude Code built-in tools are really very powerful, and we already discussed Claude built-in tools in our previous video. But what if you need Claude to directly interact with the external tools? At that time, we use MCP. MCP basically stands for Model Context Protocol, and it is basically a bridge between AI and external tools and real-world systems. So in short, MCP actually translate all kind of AI requests into real actions. So MCP servers allows AI to talk to database, to read files, manage GitHub, control Supabase, and interact with different applications or different tools. So without manual coding, MCP servers can do everything automatically. So this is the simple example of MCP, that how MCP works. For example, you ask Claude, show me the current GitHub issue. So after reading your request, Claude call MCP server. After that, MCP server execute the request. MCP server connect with GitHub, and then this server fetch the real data, and after that, MCP return a result, and Claude shows you the issue that result with the user. So consider MCP like a universal USB port for AI. So using MCP, AI basically connects to any external tool inside your project. Now let's come back to the project, and here I want to add Supabase MCP server. So to connect Supabase MCP server inside this project, first thing is just go to the anti-gravity setting, and here you can add any tool. Here you can also check the list of those tools that you have already installed in this project. So Supabase is already enabled in this project, but suppose if you don't need Supabase, then you can disable this. And if you want to work with Firebase, then you can select Firebase here. You can add Firebase MCP server here, and then you can check this Firebase MCP server is installed for this project. But in this project, I really don't need Firebase MCP server, so I will delete this. But before deleting this, let's open this MCP configuration file, and here you will see whatever server you are enabling, you can see all those inside this MCP server JSON. This is the Supabase MCP server dictionary, and this is the Firebase MCP server dictionary. So let's delete this Firebase MCP server. So after activating Supabase MCP server here, we can let Claude directly create tables, set up RLS policies, and configure real-time channels. Still, Claude asks before running any risky commands so that you control what's auto-approved versus what need confirmations. So there is one more important thing. With MCP servers, we still have permission systems. So this permission system is really very important. Here you can allow safe read operations. Like you can allow read, grab, glob operations automatically, but you can keep write operations on ask, which means you are allowing AI to read and gather the informations, but before write it, AI must ask write permissions from you. And I have already discussed these read, write, and glob built-in operations in the previous video. You can check that again if you have any doubt. So these are the permissions basically for read and write and any kind of added and grab kind of operations. So basically this is important because by using these permissions, such kind of permissions, we can take control over operations. So after saving this, just close this file. So if you want to check which MCP server are already installed inside your project, then you can check that by clicking these three buttons, which is basically a more icon, and go to the configure editor option, and here in this anti-gravity setting option, you can come back to the customization screen, and here again you can check the list of the MCP servers which you have already installed for this project. One more thing is you can type just a combination of Shift Command P to manage the MCP server. So this screen generally means that Supabase MCP server is active for this project, and 29 tools are exposed to Claude Code, and Claude can now read the schemas, create the tables, run migrations, do authentications, manage storage, and handle the edge functions, and can access doc as well. And this is exactly what we wanted. And after connecting Supabase MCP server successfully, you can use Claude like an AI backend engineer. Right now, Supabase MCP server is enabled inside this project, but Supabase is not completely connected yet with this anti-gravity IDE. So just close this, and if Supabase is not connected, then you have to follow these simple steps. Just go to this Supabase dashboard account link, and here you have to generate a new token. You have to add a name, and you can set the expiry time period for this generated token. So after generating this new token, in the second step, you have to paste this newly generated token inside the Claude code. Come back to the project, and if your Claude is running, then you have to paste that newly generated token inside the Claude and tell Claude to use this newly generated token and connect with my project which I have created in Supabase. So when Claude read this newly generated token, it automatically added this generated key inside your MCP server JSON. You can check this through anti-gravity setting. Let me show you. So inside this file, you can see that this newly generated token is already, inside this MCP server JSON. Then the third step is to restart your Claude code just by using /exit command or by pressing Ctrl+C twice and then run Claude again. See, I am not implementing a second step because I already generated a new token and I pasted that token inside the Claude. So it already, existed inside this MCP server file. But that step is very simple. You only have to paste your newly generated token inside the Claude. So in the third step, you have to restart your Claude code just by using /exit command. Basically, you are right now out of the previous session. You are now creating a new session. So you have to run Claude command. And after running this command, here you can see that Claude asks permissions from you. Like it is saying that MCP server may execute code or access system resource. All tool calls require approval. So there are three options. Use this and all future MCP servers in this project. Second is use this MCP server. Third is continue without using this MCP server. But of course, I want to continue with the MCP server. So I will choose the first option and press enter. Now I want to check that Supabase project is really connected or not with this IDE. Basically, I am trying to connect with Supabase MCP. Just run a prompt, connect to my Supabase project, and type the project name called demo. So after hitting the first option, I am just typing this prompt. I only want to check that Supabase MCP is connected or not. Just enter. So here you can say that Claude asked me, do you want to proceed? And it already read everything, and it clearly means that we have successfully added Supabase MCP inside this project. So that's how we can connect MCP servers inside any mobile application. And it is super easy, and adding MCP server is very, very important. And that's how you are now entering the real AI native workflow using MCP servers. Thanks for watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button. And if you're new to this channel, then do subscribe for more related content. And if you have any doubt related to the video, then do comment. So happy coding and bye-bye.